Hey, y'all. I'm Wesley. Welcome to Wesley Makes Things. Our saga using the weird webcam continues, as does our saga with Ren's Money Game trilogy. We've already done parts 1 and 2. Today we're checking out Money Game Part 3. I believe of all of the parts, this is the one that was requested by far the most. So I'm really curious to see what we're in for today. As always, make sure that you're checking this out on Ren's official page first. I'll put a link to his official video down below also. That's the one that we're going off of today. I'm going to pause, probably. I didn't actually pause in Money Game Part 2, I don't think. But this one's much longer, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to be pausing during this one. I'll reflect on some things. So go enjoy it the way that it was meant to be enjoyed first. Then come back over here and we're going to have a chat about it. So I believe both parts 1 and 2 seemed like they were probably recorded live, so I'm hoping that part 3 is the same. This dude is so talented. I know y'all already know that, but I feel like I'm rediscovering it every single time I watch one of his videos. He's just so good. So let's get into Money Game Part 3. I'm so excited. Okay, so we've got our bag-headed individual again. Is that mask held on with a noose? Oh, okay. It looks like Ren under there. Okay, so not a noose, but rope. Make sure I've got captions.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product, 20 double down deposits, 21 his income rockets, 22 he learns that truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23 a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24 he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25 and his daddy tells him, listen here son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26 a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27 dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28 inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31 a big maneuver for his daddy's approval, moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32 moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33 filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34 turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket.
We're gonna pause at the phone ringing. Holy crap. How many times have we heard this story from people, right? You get wealth, especially when you're young, and I don't want to say it's easy to do these days, but for a young person, this is probably the easiest time there's ever been to make money outside of like child labor situations. At what point is it enough? It has to be enough sometime, right? If there is no end to the need to accumulate and how much you must accumulate, if there is never an amount that is enough to satisfy you, then you will never stop in your pursuit to get more. And where does that take you? It can take you all sorts of places, some of them downright disturbing. Running arms, running drugs. It's the pursuit of the thing that rules us all, right? Cash rules everything around me. We all remember Cream. It's one of the most disgusting aspects of our culture to me, not just like us in this country, but this is a human issue. This is a human drive. Even in areas where there's not as much fiscal wealth, warlords controlling the food, access to medicine, you name it. Ren has got me hyped today. Okay, let's continue.
"35, he gets a call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack. I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion, heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck.
That was a nice transition.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words, mine, mine, gimme. 41 he wasn't walking, 42 not walking quickly, 43 never running round the pavements of his city, 44 inside a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble when perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me. And it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Cut the music. This isn't entertainment. This is real life. The way we live is lunacy, community, it declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed. Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention. Law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other. My solution?
His videos are so intense, y'all. I imagine this gun's about to get loaded. I have so many thoughts.
Everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me, then there's no future I see where the humans survive with parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface then consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise. "45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants, he is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father, it's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money game.
That was excellent. I don't know if this is going to be a controversial opinion or not. Of all of the Ren songs that I've listened to so far, I think this is my favorite. It is an extreme version of the tale, but that's how it goes, right? In that accumulation of wealth and power and notoriety and infamy, one thing that you come to find is how truly empty it is. One of the things that has always stuck with me from the Bible is it's really hard for a rich man to get into heaven. Now, that doesn't mean that rich people can't also be good people, but when you have accumulated money and fame and wealth and notoriety like that, there are certain trappings that comes with. There are things that you are exposed to that those of us without money or resources like that don't necessarily have to worry about. It can do something to your soul. That's not to say that people without money are in any way better than people with money, but you can't take money with you when you go. Those kinds of things aren't really important. They are trappings that exist while we're here on this plane of existence, and we leave them here when we leave this plane of existence. They rot along with our bodies. I'm going to be thinking about this for quite some time. I'm probably going to listen to it again as soon as I stop recording this video. I enjoyed it that much. Please let me know down below more things that you think that I should be checking out. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. And as always,
Jesus and I love you, Joe.
Jesus and I love you too, Lise.
Jesus and I love you. Later, y'all.